You better get out. Go. Go. Yeah, this right here. It's for you freaking weirdos out there. Ah, yeah, I know y'all love that. I know y'all love the smell. Y'all love the smell of somebody else's poop. Y'all so weird. Y'all be out there wanting to watch another man as he's sitting on the toilet. Yeah, y'all be out there wanting to watch another man as he's peeing into the toilet. As he's aiming his string from his hot dog. He aim it real well. He aim it straight in the middle of the toilet. He flush the toilet and aim it straight into the hole. And y'all like to watch because y'all so weird. You can't make this up, bro. There's some of you out there who be dropping on their knees, who would literally pay $5.99 a month to watch another man pee on camera from his hot dog. And you can't even make this up. Some of y'all really be so weird like that. And it makes you wonder, what happened to you when you were a kid? Or was you just born with a weird brain? Uh, it's like that meme. Do you ever wonder what is going on inside their head? Yeah. Yeah, do you ever wonder what's going on inside some people's heads? Because I sure do. But then again, I always think, if I do find out, I may never recover from it again. And the next thing you know, the disease, the sickness, is going to spread to me. Just like the zombie virus in The Walking Dead. And then it really makes you think, nah, I don't want to know what's going on in their head. I don't want to know what's going on inside their head because I don't want to be the same way like they are. Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I realize I don't want to understand these people. I just want them to get away from me. Yeah, yeah. Because if I try to understand them, my mind is going to form and mold into the same shape that their mind is. And next thing you know, you're going to be the exact same way. See, your mind is like a shapeshifter when it comes to other minds. If you're around people who are smart, who know how to build themselves up, their bank accounts, whatever, guess what? Your mind's going to mold itself into somebody who's smart, who knows how to build themselves up, who knows how to build their bank account up, their status, whatsoever. But if you're around somebody who don't know what they're doing, who likes to act like a fool, who likes to go out there in the streets acting tough, who wants to crash out, guess what? Your mind is going to mold into somebody who wants to act a fool. Your mind is going to mold into somebody who wants to go out in there in the streets and act like they're hard. Your mind's going to mold into somebody who wants to crash out. Yeah, and your mind is going to mold into somebody who ends up getting put behind bars. So the more I try to understand these weird people, the more I think I don't want to. Because I sit back and I realize these weird people are going to turn me into weird people if I understand why they are how they are. So I don't want to understand them. I want them to get away from me as far as possible. And people like KSI, it's people like KSI that sit there and make me think like this. Because no man in his right mind would be so obsessed with the same gender, another human being who has a hot dog just like him. You know, he sits here and cries about other men. He cried about Jake Paul. Still cries about Jake Paul. He was on Twitter celebrating the fact that Jake Paul lost that fight to Tommy Fury. He was literally laughing and celebrating, advertising his own drink. Hey, you lost because you wasn't drinking Prime. Blah, 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 blah. He was celebrating. And now he found out that somebody that worked for him was, I think he said it was him supporting Jake Paul. I found out that he supported Jake Paul or something. And guess what he did? He fired him. All in the name of supporting a fellow YouTuber and boxer. This is the thing. Logan Paul is not no better than KSI. Logan Paul is a shell of himself. KSI is a shell of himself. All those goofy YouTubers are shells of themselves. And the reason for that Jake or Logan Paul, you partnered up with the man that your blood brother is beefing with. Heavy. That man, your quote unquote partner, get on social media every day. He cry about your own brother. He screams and creams about your own brother. He gets on his knees about your own brother. He wants to ride your brother's hot dog. Every single day he wakes up. Oh man, I hope I get to ride on Jake Paul's hot dog like a cowboy. Yeehaw! Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up. That's what they want. That's what he wants to do. But you sit here and work with the same man, that same man, over your own brother. The love of many will wax cold. The love of money is the root of all evil. Brothers against brothers, sisters against sisters, brothers against sisters, daughters against men, fathers, sons against mothers, sons against fathers, daughters against mothers. Everybody is against themselves and each other. It was all prophesied right there, Revelation, right? But we're not going to talk about that because it's irrelevant, apparently. Uh, there's no real love anymore. There's no real loyalty anymore. There's nothing you can do to keep somebody loyal to you anymore. Somebody who is loyal to you has chosen to stay loyal to you. Not because of something that you've done, something that you can do, something that you've done for them. It's because they chose to remain loyal. And those are the people who get taken advantage of. Those are the people who get screwed over. Those be the people that they say they'll go down for you. And when they do, don't nobody go there to visit them while they behind bars. Don't nobody put no money on their commissary. Don't nobody send them no letters. Don't nobody do none of that. But the minute that you get back out, oh man, my homie, I missed you, dog. Nah, you ain't missed nothing. You missed the bricks that I used to move for you. Yeah, no. You missed the flowers that I used to move for you. You missed the books that I used to move for you. There's no real loyalty. Same thing with KSI and Deji. Deji's out there supporting the man that his brother is beefing with. He supported Jake Paul. After that fight, guess what? He went and took a picture with Jake Paul, said, this guy put on a great fight. How can these people sit here and support the same men that their own brothers are beefing with? Can you explain that? See, really the only thing that KSI wants is for Jake Paul to say his name. That's all he wants. He wants Jake Paul to say his name because KSI knows that he's losing his relevancy. So he has to beef with one of the hottest YouTube boxers of all time. He got to make up some fake beef. So what he gonna do? He gonna get on his knees just like this, and he gonna say this: Jake Paul, all I want is for you to say my name on the internet. If you can please do that, I will forever give you rub and tucks on your hot dog for the rest of your life. If you can bring back my relevancy, I will make my back door loose, just like that for you, for your hot dog to enter my buns for the rest of your life. Just please say my name. Then he starts singing, say my name, say my name, say my name. He starts chanting it, say my name, 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 say my name. He starts chanting it, starts praying for it. He starts praying to the man himself. That's what KSI do, because he's losing his relevancy. To the point to where he started praying to another human being. You can't make this stuff up, y'all. You can't make this stuff up. A man obsessed with another man of the same gender who also has the same genitals He has a hot dog just like you, and you're begging and pleading and praying to him to say your name. You are on your knees crying. Every dream that you have is a dream of Jake Paul saying your name. Every dream that you have is you getting on your knees and giving him some rub and tug to Jake Paul because he said your name. Now you owe him the rub and tugs that you promised that you would give him. See, I remember when used to dudes used to uh they used to ask females of a higher status. They used to ask females of a higher status, "Can you please say my name?" They used to ask females. I was a kid. I used to be the same way. I used to think of the same thing as Megan Fox when I was a kid. Dang man, Megan Fox is the hottest actress in the industry. When I was a kid, yeah, sure. But these days it's so backwards. Dudes want other dudes to say their name to the point that they start praying to them. They get on their knees and start bowing their heads like they're worshiping their feet. They start kissing and sucking on their toes. All in the name of your name coming out of their mouth. This is the stuff that you can't make up, yo. These are the things that's going on within our community, within society, and we let it slide. See, this is why they arrested Top G, because he was exposing this kind of behavior. He was showing the youth this is not how you're supposed to act. He was showing the youth this is not how you're supposed to act. So they didn't like that. Industry didn't like that. Uh, the quote unquote grown folk didn't like that. So they put him away. Same thing with his brother. They put him away because he was exposing the truth and what's really going on with our men, quote unquote men. We're gonna call them boys. He was exposing what was going on. KSI, you are the worst, the one of the worst. I won't say the worst, but one of the worst influencers. You are one of the worst role models for our youth. You need to have your platform taken away. You need to have your fame taken away, your clout. You need to have all your music taken off the internet. You need to have your boxing wins taken away because you have turned into a female on the inside. Because you want to sit around and cry about another man not saying your name. See, it's understandable if a female sit around and cry about a man not saying her name. I get it. That's what females do. They naturally want to go after a man. They want that man to say her name. But when it's another man who get on his knees and start begging and pleading and crying, say my name, say my name, say my name. That's where we have a problem. That's where the problem lies. And you are not fixing it at all. You don't talk you don't bring up no solution. You don't bring up no ideas for a solution. You don't even acknowledge the fact that you have a problem. All you do is sit there and you add fuel to the fire on the problem. So KSI, when you gonna stop crying and step back into that ring? When you gonna stop crying and step back into that ring? You say, "Oh no, it's just not my time yet. It's not my time yet. I ain't ready yet." No, see, you just like Leon Edwards. You just like Leon Edwards crying about having to fight Kobe Covington. You just like Leon Edwards. You don't want to fight Jake Paul. You say you want to, but you don't. Your words and your actions are two separate things, homie. If you wanted to fight Jake Paul, you would have been stepped in that ring with him. You'd have been set up a contract for the fight. Uh, but you ain't. You still sitting around. You still cry. You still beg and plead for Jake Paul to say your name. You worship his feet. You drool over the smell of his cheese in between his toes. Because that's the only attention that you can get from him. So stop crying. Stop whining. Stop screaming and creaming. Stop trying to ride on his hot dog like a cowboy riding on a horse. And step in the ring. Otherwise, you need your social media privileges revoked. With that being said, get out of my life.